here with Tom Davies after a narrow 1-0 win at Swindon Town. Tom, how did you see that game?
Yeah, I think we played well first half. I think we moved the ball really well. We found the patterns of play that we spoke about before the game. Second half was a little bit more difficult. Obviously, the pitch sort of dried up a little bit and became harder and a bit more bubbly. So when we tried to play, kind of put us under a little bit more pressure. And fair play to Swindon. They moved the ball really well, especially in the middle areas and caused us problems. And we had to adapt, we had to change. But I'm really proud of the fact that we overcame that, and we've got that resilience that we potentially didn't have last year, where we're holding on to leads, we're keeping clean sheets. We're doing those right things, and we're becoming hard to beat. So yeah, overall really happy.
And coming off quite a long break, and those things you mentioned there, like adapting to the situation and standing firm in the second half, that must be really pleasing.
Yeah, of course it is. I think it comes from the experience and the quality of players we've got. If you look across the back line, you look into the midfield areas, we've got loads of experience. Our players that are still quite young, that have had a lot of games and a lot of minutes in tier 3 and tier 4, and that's across the side now. So players know what to do in those situations. We don't need to kind of tell them what to do and how to do it. They understand the game, they understand how to manage it. So I'm really pleased that we're getting those clean sheets and that we're keeping them on a regular basis, and obviously in the final third we're still creating a lot of chances, and it was probably potentially disappointing really not to get more than one today. I thought we created some really good chances and some fantastic saves, some fantastic blocks on the line, and some misses by us, which obviously caused us to only have the one.
And that gives us a 5-point buffer at the top of the league again. How does that change your plans going forward for the rest of the season? And does it change anything, or is it just a bit of a gap that means we can't really get complacent?
Absolutely, yeah. It doesn't change anything. Our focus is on us. Our focus is on the next game now. I said to the girls, we enjoy tonight. We go and have a drink. We go and do what we go and do, and then as soon as tomorrow morning hits, we've got to focus on Larkle. We've got to give them the respect that they deserve, and we've got to focus on the next game. Thinking about points tally or thinking about who's there or whatever, it doesn't make any difference to us. We're focused on the next game, because if we don't focus on that and we're naive, then that'll cost us. So we'll focus on Larkle, we'll focus on the next game. When everybody else catches up in terms of games and everyone plays each other and it's the end of the season, then I'll tell you if I'm happy with the league table. But until that point, the league table doesn't make any difference to us.
And from the two new signings, Emily Owen starting the game and coming pretty close to a debut goal at one point, and Holly Reid's helping see out the game at the end. What do you think of their debuts?
Yeah, really happy. I think Em started celebrating at one point and went into the corner and went off, and it was a phenomenal fingertip save to go and put it onto the post. But Em came in with the quality that I knew she had. She moved the ball really well. She kept it at the right times and defended fantastically. Holly's come on and we've played her in two sort of different positions. So she's come on. She's adapted really well. She's pressed the ball really well. So we're happy with both of them. Like I said, the opportunities that they'll contribute to the end of the season, not just now, but happy with today's performance and happy to kick on from it.
And like you say, a quick turnaround to Larkle. How important is it that we don't get too carried away and make sure you go and win that one as well?
Absolutely, yeah. Larkle caused us some problems last time, in the way that they kind of counter-attacked and the ability they have up front, and the way they play through those midfield areas. And I know that, especially on that counter-attack, they've got a big threat. We've got to make sure that we're absolutely prepared for that. So our focus now, like I said, is to enjoy this one, to make sure that we recover. Everyone's got their job to do in terms of the staffing and the players. Make sure we recover, make sure we're right, get the right team for Sunday, and hopefully go and produce a good performance and hopefully go and get 3 points.
Great, thank you, Tom.
Cheers.